Hello water signs, welcome to Timsy Naked Tarot. If you are a regular viewer, welcome back, and if you are a new viewer, welcome. Today we are doing a water signs monthly overview. Okay, so for all you water signs, doesn't matter if you're Pisces, Cancer, or the other one, Scorpio. Yeah, this is for you. Basically, it's just a general overview of what energies are going to be circulating around us all during the month of April. And I can say us because I am one of you. I am a Cancerian, so this applies to me as well as you lot. Okay, the way I do this is quite simple. We have an overall energy there that comes from my runes. Not my runes, they're the Viking runes or the Norse runes, if you will. We get 5 cards out of there, one for each complete week of the month and one going into May in this particular case, or the following month. And we get clarifiers out of there. Now, it is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. Perhaps you are just not involved in anything deep this month, astrologically speaking. I say that because we're all on different timelines. Yes, this could be a beginning or an ending for some and a beginning for others throughout this month. You might be in the middle of your cycle, so you might not be at an end or beginning, so it might not apply to you. Also, it might only apply to you because this is all about a middle of a cycle and not necessarily a beginning or an end. But for most of us, we are dealing with a beginning and an end or an end and a beginning, I should say, because of the lunar eclipse we had a few days ago and the solar eclipse we're having in a few days' time. Okay, so all that being said, let's crack on with it, shall we? So we have got the energy of Ewas. I think it's pronounced Ewas. I'm just going to consult with my book and check on pronunciation of that because it's been a while since I've had it out. Okay, it's that simple. It's not a rune I see come out every time I'm doing tarot or runes or anything. Yeah, it's Ewas. Did I say I was? No, I did say Ewas, which is good. Now, this is the death card from the tarot, if you will. It's all about death, regeneration, rebirth, changes, and magic. It is actually translates to the yew tree, okay? And if you know anything about your woods and your trees, you will know that as a yew tree dies of old age and starts to rot away, yeah, it starts to grow a clone of itself from inside its own trunk. So as the rotting wood falls away, there is a new little sapling growing out of the rot, basically. Which just sums up what I said about the cycles. Something coming to an end, something being reborn, starting off again. Okay, I will put it out there now. I'd expect to see, because of these eclipses we're going through, maybe a Wheel of Fortune, maybe a Two of Pentacles, anything like this one, anything what suggests an end of something and a beginning of something else. We got a High Priestess, which has been coming out for quite a few of these monthly reads, and a Knight of Cups to clarify this death or rebirth, if you will, this Ewas. Now, the Knight of Cups is talking about love messages, receiving love messages, maybe giving love messages. It is also talking about the future that you see yourself having. It's said that that Knight of Cups looks into the reflection of the water and he sees the future he wants. Not necessarily the mission he's on, but the future he wants. And with the High Priestess, there's a lot of intuition built in with the High Priestess and a lot of secrets. Perhaps you're keeping a secret love from someone, but that is now coming to an end with Ewas and beginning something new. And fuck me, as I say that, the Ace of Cups comes out. The Sun, this is the most happiest read I've seen in a long time coming out for you lot now. The Nine of Wands, a little bit of defensiveness. The World, oh my God. And the Hangman, 3 major arcanas. Okay. So, Okay, let's crack away with this. A quick overview, if you will, a quick gloss over. First week for you water signs, you are dealing with love, new love, wanting to give love. Maybe it's been you holding on to love for too long and it's become stale and you have to empty that love out and find something to replace it with. Yeah, we all imagine it's a glass of wine or a glass of beer and it's been sitting on the side overnight and you go and have a mouthful in the morning. I know it's a bad situation when you're doing that, but yes, party. Okay, so you wake up in the morning, you're carrying on, it's a big bank holiday, whatever, and it don't taste nice. It's because it's sat too long and it's started to go stale, it's started to go off, the oxygen's got to it, and the microbes and things are starting to grow. So it could be an old stale love which you're getting rid of, and you're thinking, well, new month, new solar cycle, well, it's not a new solar cycle, but a new solar eclipse coming up. Now let's do it now. Let's clean house in the love and emotion stakes and start rebuilding something new. For the second week, I've had a Wheel of Fortune there for 2 out of 4 of these reads. Okay, and on the last read I had it there, I realised that this is all the Wheel of Fortune is actually talking about the solar eclipse we're having on the 8th of April. That would be the 8th of April. This would be the 1st to the 7th. This would be the 8th to the 14th. Okay, so that the solar eclipse. It's just the universe is just literally telling me there is a solar eclipse happening. Okay, but it's also a happy, joyful time. If you were thinking about anything as I've been putting these or as I've been yarning on, the answer is probably a yes. Okay, because of the sun coming out there, especially if you were thinking of it just before I started talking about the sun. Now it's also a case of I'm just getting this feeling that the sun isn't always quite what it's cracked up to be. Yes, it gives life. Yes, it is the key reason we are here on this planet, because of the state our sun is currently in. But the sun has a dark side. It can get too hot. It can kill plants as well as nurture plants. It can evaporate water and make a desert, as well as causing the rain to fall from the sky and flooding somewhere. So it has a nefarious side, and I'm feeling a little bit of that. I feel that this sun, for some of you, is just an external shield you're putting around yourself. You've got issues inside, but you're just putting on that happy, smiley, everything's fine attitude when you're out and about. Okay, 9 of Wands for the third week of the month is a defensiveness. For some, it's giving up. I've had enough of trying to defend this, and I'm going to go with it. Could be linked with the Ace of Cups there. For others, it is I'm staunchly defending this, and I'm not going to let go. I'm going to fight to the death. Okay. For the fourth week, we have the World. The bulk of you are going to be starting something new and something amazing come the end of April, near the end of April, not quite at the end of April. The World is a big, amazing new start. You've passed tests by the universe, you've learned lessons, you've leveled up, and then you're starting your new lessons and your new tests and your new leveling. Okay, the Hanged Man. Yeah, I think I've said it out of 3 out of 4 of these so far. If you're a regular viewer, you know that the universe likes to play around with me quite literally sometimes on these reads, and it gives me something what indicates that we have either right at the beginning, it's the beginning of a month, an ace, okay, or the World would have quite happily sat there as well. It's a start. But at the end, because it's a crossover, and the universe don't quite understand our calendar system and all that one, but I think it's starting to get a grips to it with the amount of us tarot readers pumping stuff out on YouTube and things. And obviously we're always in communication with the universe when we do this, because we have to explain to the universe what we want to know. Okay, you can't just say, yeah, give me the month of April, because it don't really know what the month of April is. So we have to kind of let it know what the month of April is, and then it can give us the energies for that. So it could be just telling us there's a difference here, Simon. You're looking at things differently. You were looking at things in April, and now you're looking at things in May. Okay, but for a tarot type thing, not other than the universe just pissing about with me, yeah, come the end of April, and this will be the end of April, and going into May, you will be looking at life differently. The universe may be giving you signs, because obviously the universe puts you in a hanged man position. You don't put yourself in that position. And it might be geeing you along. It might be pushing you. It might be dropping little hints about this new start. Some of you may be getting that new start. It may be an Ace of Pentacles in a couple of weeks for some of you water signs when I do the weekly reads. But it's you're not picking up on what it is, and that's why I said an Ace of Pentacles. Obviously, Ace of Pentacles. If you don't know your tarot, the Ace of Pentacles is a good energy, but it starts off small. You don't really notice it happen. Okay, it's like a rainstorm. No one notices the first drop of rain. They notice it when there's loads of it coming down, but they never notice that first drop of rain. Okay, so that's what the Ace of Pentacles is. So this is like possibly you haven't noticed this beginning. You don't realize that you've left one cycle and gone into another, and the universe is dropping these hints for you. Actually, so considering that was just a quick gloss over, that was quite deep and quite okay, let's see what's clarifying for all this for you. And so the Ace of Cups, with was coming out there, it's telling us it's not the normal. Yeah, this is like death, this is regeneration, this is rebirth. This could be something coming back from your past, okay, with like the death element of it and the rebirth element of it and the rejuvenation of it. Okay, and as I said, it might have got old and you might have emptied it out. You might be leaving something behind. You might be letting go of an energy. Okay, so we got a Hierophant coming out to clarify this, and we have got the King of Cups coming out for this as well. Now, the Hierophant tells us that this could have been a long-term situation. It could have been a marriage, or it could be a marriage. It could be a long-term living partner. It could be linked with work. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be a pet. It could be your family pet. It could be anything like that, yeah? Might be a child. But whatever it was, there was this long-term commitment to it with the Hierophant. The Hierophant represents the priest, the bishop, the pope, whatever you want. Also represents gurus, people at the top of their trade, high up professors and things. But in this particular case, I'm feeling the religious emphasis on this. And it also indicates marriage because of that, because it's a bishop, a pope, a vicar, a priest, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. With the King of Cups coming out with that, there is a little bit of an indecision. Okay. For some of you, you're going to be feeling, I don't want to let go. The energy's going. The lunar eclipse cleared it out. The energy's going anyway. And as I said, we've had 2 Wheels of Fortunes in 4 of these reads so far, and it's just telling us that this is a cycle. This is, for a lot of you, the lunar eclipse is stopping everything and clearing it out. If you haven't learned by now, you're never going to learn, sort of thing. And it's kind of like a free ticket to a world. You're now going on to a new cycle. It's starting if you like it or not. Let's just toe the line. Okay, but you're unsure about actually letting it go. With the King of Cups there, crossing this is the is the Page of Cups. Yeah, which is again it's a fresh love. And when I say young, I don't necessarily mean in age. It could be young as in like new development. Okay, maybe you're changing your tastes, maybe you're changing your views on what love should be. Maybe you thought it was always about the bed, and now you're realizing it's a lot more about cuddling on the sofa and cooking together in the kitchen and taking the dog for a walk along the beach is just as much and just as fulfilling for you emotionally as the whole bed scene is. Okay, underneath that is our High Priestess. Yeah, secrets coming out and going with your intuition. Okay, and as I said, it could be someone to do with the past, because of, well, it's not because of that, that's indicating that we are dealing with past energies throughout all this month for you water signs. And let's just have a look at that last one as well. I'll say the last one, the one underneath. Oh, it's the sun again. Yeah, look at that, fantastic. You can't write this shit, you really can't. Okay, so the sun, let's have a look at the sun in a little bit more detail, shall we? As I said, it's a happiness, it's a joy, but for some of you, I feel it's a front. Okay, I feel that some of you are just putting it on. Inside, that sun is actually burning you up from the inside out. But on the outside, you're just letting everyone see that happy-go-lucky water sign of you. And there you go. As I said, it's a front. The devil is coming out. It's a toxic energy. Okay, it's about work. Yeah, these don't necessarily have to connect with each other. I could be pulling for one group of Cancerians here. I could be pulling for a group of Scorpios on this one. Okay, so they might not necessarily link throughout the whole month for you all. So just take what resonates and leave what don't. So the devil's coming out. This is something toxic, and the Eight of Pentacles is something about work. For some of you, you might just not be happy with work, and you're just plodding through the motions. You're just going, yeah, okay, well, we'll do this. I was saying hello, I've been polite, and all that, but it's eating you up inside, and it's like I don't know how long I can keep doing it for. Okay, the devil normally only it does just talk about toxins. It is more about the toxic way of life, the toxic way of living, being yes men, saying yes to everything. And not that that's a bad thing, but sometimes it is. You can't say yes to everyone. At some point you're going to get some sort of conflict where you'll say yes to two people, but they're in odds with what the other person wants you to do, sort of thing. Okay, so it's this toxic energy, and it's about work. And as I said, you're putting it on a front with this sun. Okay, but we have got the Three of Wands coming out here. There is this intention to do something. You're either waiting for something to come in so you can move on. Maybe you're waiting for a boat to arrive so you can board the boat and disappear off to somewhere else. Yeah, that kind of energy. Or you're just sort of biding your time. You're preparing yourself. You're getting everything set. So when the time is right, you can just change it. Okay, I'm not necessarily saying you want to leave your job, or the energies are suggesting you should leave your job. It's just there needs to be a change. Maybe you have to have a chat with your boss about a pay rise or something. Maybe he hasn't given you one for the last couple of years, and you need to G him along or her along. Okay, again, we have an indication of something from the past at the bottom of the deck underneath that, and maybe a little bit of love. Okay, maybe you have a bit of a work crush going on, and it's causing you a little bit of anxiety because it might be against the rules or frowned upon within your business to have practications. Okay, so the Nine of Wands, let's have a look at that, see what the third week of April is in a little bit more detail for you all. So as I said, the Nine of Wands is called the Wounded Warrior. Okay, it's normally someone hiding in the thicket or something like that, like getting their breath before they start the next round. Okay, or if you think of it in boxing terms, yeah, it's the bell's just gone. They're having a swill out with their juice, and the coach is giving them a bit of a sort of a quick massage, and they're having a breather before they go in for the next round of fighting. Okay, so this is about some sort of a decision what needs to be made. I'm going to say, with he was out as well, I'm going to say that this is a decision what you've had for a long time. It's one you keep saying, I'll do that. I've got to do that. I've got to look into that. I've got to sort that out. But you never actually do. Now, the Magician coming out with that is saying everything is right to now do this. Okay? The sun having its solar eclipse and moving on is now telling us that, well, the last little bit has dropped into place, and it's time to move on, and it is time to start. This is the second card in the Major Arcana. Okay, the first card being the Fool, which is you deciding that you're going on a journey. Okay, you may be foolish, you may not, but you've decided to go on a journey anyway. And the first person you go to is the Magician, because he's got everything you need to start. Used to be called the Cobbler in older decks, and the Cobbler makes shoes and other things out of leather, because, well, if you can make shoes out of leather, you can make other things out of leather. Why just limit yourself to shoes? So that he had the bags, the satchels, the buckles, the belts, and all the other wonderful garb you need to start a journey or a quest. A quest. Why have I said a quest? I don't normally say a quest in these things, but yes, the energy is perfect. It's time to stop hiding in that thicket. It's time to stand up and either confront what it is or to back away from it and let it go. Crossing all this is the Nine of Cups. which is telling us that it is, or it could be again, linked to love because of the cups. It's definitely going to be emotional, if nothing else, because the Nine of Cups is like an emotional fulfillment. It's not the pinnacle of emotions, but it's fulfilling. It's making me feel better. Okay, like what I said here with that, with the work situation you're in. You're not happy with where you're working. You're waiting for the right time to make it more fulfilling for you. It's coming out here again in the third week. This choice could be this. It could be that you're realizing that you've got that toxic building up, and now you're making the choice. It could be linked for you, but if it's not, it's just this emotionally fulfilling, and it is also linked somehow to your hopes and your dreams, because that's the minor arcana of the star. But the fact that we've had a minor arcana of the star coming out, well, I suppose the devil could, no, it's not. It would indicate there's some sort of tower happening beforehand. So this could be quite a big deal in your life. It might not be a big deal generally, but in your life, in your head, it's a big deal. Okay, let's have a look at this world. For some of you, yes, you're not happy with work. You've taken the decision to fight your corner, and well, you start something new. You move on to a new job or something. Oh, we've got a few. Oh, we've got lots of cards coming out for this. Right. Okay. So we have got the Three of Swords, the Ace of Wands, not the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. That's because I was looking at that. And we have got the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So this new start isn't starting in a brilliant place for you. In fact, it's going to be somehow linked with a pain, and a pain from the past. Okay, because it's the Three of Swords. It's pain and sorrow. But the Four of Swords comes after this, healing from that pain and sorrow. And this could be physical pain. This could be a broken leg, maybe an injury what never healed quite right and has always niggled you. And maybe you're then thinking about actually getting it sorted out. You're going for a passionate new beginning with it. Now, this could also be indicating someone coming back from your past for a second go. Okay, or maybe a third or a fourth. But it's going to bring the pain back up of what went wrong the first time. Okay, but we got the passionate new beginning. Now, that could be them literally coming in because you were good in bed. Okay, or you made them feel good when you cuddled them. You made them feel happy when they come home from work. And that's the only thing. It's a passionate thing which is driving all this, not necessarily wanting a whole package off you. They're just wanting one little bit to make them feel better. Now, this could be disappointing for you with that Page of Swords coming out, but it could also be the fact that they've been spying on you for some time, and they're now actually taking action on that spying. The Page of Swords is a card of learning. It's normally hands-on learning, but it does come out as spying sometimes. And when I say spying, I don't mean they're driving around with binoculars, keeping an eye on you from a distance behind boulders and from trees. No, I mean they're checking out your social media. They're trying to work out where you are in life, if you are receptive to their plans and things. And the Knight of Pentacles is saying, are you may be receptive to their plans. It's also saying that you may be preparing yourself for something else. The Knight of Pentacles is all about preparation and planning. Okay, it does become a slow energy because of that. This could be something you're setting into motion. Maybe you're thinking about going back to a past person which caused pain one way or another. Maybe you caused them pain, maybe they caused you pain, but you want something new and something passionate from it. Now, that would be the spine. You're spying on it, but you're spying on it because you're building a plan of action to try to capitalize on what you have. Go back to when I was just going over the glass. I said that could quite possibly be an Ace of Pentacles. Okay, I feel that kind of energy. The universe, you started, but you haven't realized it started, and the universe is trying to throw you a bone over there on the end of the month, trying to make you realize that, well, something's going. It's the Ace of Pentacles. It is whatever you start in the 4th week of April will be lead into something bigger and better. Okay, so just stick with it. If it might look like it's going nowhere, but just stick with it. It will lead to something good. Okay, with that Ace of Pentacles. Right. And something founded in stability. Okay, so this Hanged Man, we got the 7 of got a hair on my table. We got the 7 of Pentacles, and we have got the 5 of Cups coming out. Now, the 7 of Pentacles is a divine timing card. It's normally summed up by you plant a seed, you have to wait for it to grow before you can get your harvest of it. Okay, I'm trying to narrow this down as quick as I can, because going into the detailed explanation of the 7 of Pentacles is quite a lot. Now, this is talking about seeds which were planted a long time ago, ideas which you put out there or possibly had a long time ago. But it's kind of saying, like the magician up here, the time is now right. Yeah, this solar eclipse up there again, no, solar flare. I nearly called it a solar flare. Perhaps you're getting a solar flare in the second week of April. Keep an eye out for it. If you do, if you follow that sort of stuff, and there is a big solar flare on the second week of April, drop it in the comments. Let me know. Okay, so yeah, it's like that divine timing. It's saying that these ideas are now ripe for the picking, but the 5 of Cups is also saying about a loss and sorrow. And additionally, this is talking about a loss, like a personal loss. I've lost the taste for alcohol. I've lost the taste for chocolate. Something I used to love, and I don't love it anymore. It's just not satisfying me as much as it used to. Okay, now it's possible that, yes, everything is ripe and everything is ready to go with that 7 of Pentacles coming to the end of April, but you're not. You're just not interested in it. You've lost the urge for that. Okay. Crossing this is the Ace of Swords, and this could be because perhaps you have found the truth of the matter in the meantime. Perhaps you had seen someone and you put your feelers out there, you planted ideas and dropped hints and things, and that's coming to fruition, and that someone's now coming towards you, but you've also found stuff out about them while you were doing all that, and you're not interested in them anymore, or something like that, or you're not feeling the whole love for them. Okay, so that is the end of April for you, as well as the beginning. If this resonated with you, please hit that thumbs up button and like this channel. If it does resonate with you, remember this is predictive in nature. I'm dealing with a future read. I'm not dealing with a current energy right now. Things can change. Okay, so if it does resonate with you at all, and even if it's just 1 week, come back, drop in a comment, let me know, or drop in a comment on any video you happen to be watching when you remember this one, and just put a little bit on there saying like April overview, and I will know that you're talking about this video then. Okay, if this didn't resonate with you, don't worry, don't panic. Yeah, not every read can. Yeah, imagine if we were all doing the same journey at the same time, and we're all trying to get off that junction at the same time. Oh, it'd be a congested area, wouldn't it? And nothing will get done. So we're all on slightly different journeys. We're all taking slightly different routes, and we're all taking it at slightly different times. Why this might not resonate with you, you could be on a totally different cycle to what I'm putting on at the moment. Okay, or the other thing is, you might just be a little bit behind. This one might start coming into play towards the end of April. You could be just a month off, or perhaps you've already gone through half of this and you're now looking at this Hanged Man at the beginning of April. However it pans out for you, it pans out for you. So don't panic if it doesn't resonate. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please feel free to do so. It will help you get notified when I do my weekly reads for you all, so you can see, well, kind of this in even more detail, if you will. And until I catch you all on one of my videos again, water signs, you be good out there.